Hey, what's up, guys? This is Brian Whisper Status 74 playing a little Battlefield 5. I've only played a few games of it since I played the beta, so I haven't had much time with the game itself. I played a little bit of the campaign this morning, only a few minutes. What I will say, from what I've seen and played so far, the game is pretty gorgeous in terms of graphics and detail. If you compare, you're going to see a lot of comparisons to Black Ops 4, even though they're not really. They're comparing in the same space or competing in the same space, but in terms of the kind of game they're absurdly different. What I mean by that is Black Ops and COD have always had more of a pre-rendered look to it, where Battlefield has not only the destructible environments, but just more detail through the grounds and things of that nature. So you're going to see me die a lot as I'm not really having the chance to really play it. I want to show you as much of it as I can. I've never been on this map before. But what I like about Battlefield is just all this detail, jet fuel, things like that. For some people, it does give them a distraction. What I mean by that is there's too much. There isn't the 3 lanes that you see in typical maps. So some people just don't like having that variety. What I mean by that is they don't like getting lost in the maps. Now, if you've ever played a Battlefield title before, or a game from DICE in general, you know Day 1, in which this isn't even officially Day 1. This is the early release of the Deluxe Edition, which came, I think, 5 days after the Origin release EA, which is actually terrible. I mean, if you paid $60 for the game, you should be able to play it first, in my opinion. Even though there's no premium package, there isn't going to be any DLC pricing, I still think that it's a shame if you pre-order this game for $60 and you can't play it with everyone else. The use of HDR seems pretty nice. I was pretty hard on the game in the beta, especially since comparing it to Battlefield 1, which had recently had the 4K update, which looked tremendous and obviously plays very smooth. And this game, what's that feel? Excellent. This game was really good for the beta and then terrible for the beta. So I got pretty bored of it. Then again, I very much disliked Black Ops 4 beta and ended up liking that game and did a video on why I felt I was wrong with that. Now I've read some of the reviews online from some of the YouTubers. People are being pretty brutal on the title. I'm not really sure, and some of them claim to be Battlefield fans. I haven't really experienced anything thus far that makes me want to hate the game. I've always appreciated the attention to detail with Battlefield titles, and have come to expect that it's going to be a few updates here and there before the game is, ready to rock. But for me, guys, the immersion of Battlefield will always trump other titles. I got into Battlefield very late, not until Battlefield 4, because at the time I was a console-only player, and my crew, all played Call of Duty. Getting into Battlefield 4 towards the end of its life, the game was amazing, and it just gave me that feeling that I was actually really there, that level of immersion, opening doors, closing doors, things that were simple, environments that appeared real. Even the, iron sights, holding the gun to your face, just felt like you were actually tangible. The weapon felt tangible. You actually felt like you were really there. So, and that's aside from the destructible environments. So for me, Battlefield is what I'm looking forward to. Honestly, I was not looking forward to going back to World War II, as I've been playing these shooters. They came out a lot when Saving Private Ryan was released, Medal of Honor. Those games were all World War II. World at War. So going back to World War I wasn't thrilled about either. The Modern Warfare thing, to me, is a sweet spot. I don't need laser guns, but I would like things to be slightly more modern. A little ACOG, little red dot. Whoa. Probably should have played the game a little bit before I made a video on it, but The time to kill seems slightly faster than it was in Battle... Wow, hey, now. Oh. Chick just stabbed me. And guys, I don't know about you, I could care less about the gender thing or the political thing. I mean, I might be in the minority here. I absolutely could care less. I wasn't a big fan of what EA had said about, you know, uneducated people buying the game. It doesn't matter to me, honestly. Oh, a little bug, that guy was dancing around. Do I even have? No, I got dynamite. Oh, I got a rocket launcher. Hold on. Oh, that dude's right there. They sped up the save thing where you can ask for help or bleed out. They sped that up. But, I mean, look at this. Really nice. Aliasing on the trees. Now, I imagine a lot of this is going to be... The design of this game would benefit the ray tracing, which apparently is pretty broken right now on PC. But, I mean, that's HDR. I mean, that is nice. That is really nice. The one thing that probably doesn't look great is some of the draw distance, which is making a liar out of me right here, but you'll see some stuff pop in. But considering what they're trying to show, oh, alright, it's really impressive. Let's see if I can knock this out while I'm set. Oh, I hit him with that. Whoa, right. Ah, man. Oh, getting achievements. Nice. Forgive me as I talk to myself while I play. I'm enjoying it, to be honest. Again, I enjoy Black Ops 4 as well, but to me the big difference is a little bit of that realism, which I know is what the gender thing got all crazy with. I'm not interested in that. The realism of the game in terms of the speed of it, I believe it's 60 FPS. Oh, we lost. I'll pause it and start another match. Also forgot to add that I'm playing on the Xbox One X. Should have said that in the beginning, on a Sony 900E. Little bit of a grain filter right here, though. I have to shut that off in the settings. This map's a little washed out. This is the one from the beta. Rotterdam, I believe. We'll try a little support class. The debris and stuff blowing away. I mean, that's pretty cool. I had questions, do I care about the Battle Royale? Guys, I am not a huge fan of Battle Royale. I could really care less about it. I find it pretty boring. I think the concept is pretty cool. For me, Battlefield shouldn't do it. Battlefield's Conquest, to me, is a Battle Royale. Huge numbers, huge game. So, for me, all they would have to do is remove the vehicles and just turn Conquest into Battle Royale. And I played Battle Royale if you just let me pick a class, go in there fully armed, and just rock and roll. The games would last about 15 seconds, but to me they'd be more fun than the whole, resourcing and cutting up cars and all that stuff. If you love it, that's great. It's just not my cup of tea. So I don't think Battlefield should worry about it. They should just rock Conquest, take the vehicles away, and just do it that way. I'm not going to walk down that. But from this very first impression, even though I wasn't a huge fan of this map because the enemies really blended in with the backgrounds, they've changed that, made it easier to spot your enemies. Whoa. Definitely not a highlight reel. Oh, right. But so far I like it. First impressions, I'm enjoying it. Again, I'm a Battlefield fan. So I'll do some videos on the single-player campaign, which I heard is a little bare bones. I enjoyed the initial campaign of Battlefield 1. Is this game as good-looking as the Battlefield 1 update? It's not as complete in terms of its lighting. Battlefield 1 was pretty perfect by the time they updated it for the Xbox One X, but this is pretty impressive. The problem with this foliage, it's going to flicker. Like that stuff right there, you know. But so far so good, guys. I'm sorry the video's a little choppy, but I do like it. I'm jumping in the water. And I'll do more videos on it. And we'll talk to you soon. A little behind on my comments. I'll get there. Thanks, guys. Take care.